There's a lot of shame in looking for love.
Why is that?
Because it feels like there's no winning. There's no winning. It's like it sucks to date for a lot of us. It can feel really miserable dating, going on dates where there's no chemistry, and then there is a bit of chemistry, but it doesn't go anywhere. And then, so you've got your hopes up, but now nothing. And these things happen to people enough times that it's like, it's easier to make myself not want this than it is to want this. So now I'm going to be someone who kind of pretends like they don't want it, even though deep down I feel like there's maybe some part of my life that, it doesn't mean we're not whole, but maybe there's something that we'd like to happen.
Yeah.
We would like to meet someone or have, someone in our lives, but then we kind of hold back. And then people in our lives, they're at the Thanksgiving table are like, so why aren't you in a relationship
single?
yet? And you're like, well, because I haven't met anyone, and so then you feel like, oh, I really should meet someone. But then you go out and you actually start making that claim, like, I want to meet someone. And then everyone says, you sound a little desperate. Why are you trying so hard? It'll happen.
She's laughing because she's like, that's my life. Yeah.
Expect it. Am I trying too hard? Am I not trying hard enough? Am I, what is it? And this is people are like, they're frustrated, and it can feel so thankless. It can feel so thankless. And so then people just carry around this kind of shame for wanting something, for feeling like someone else holds the keys to this thing that I want. If I want to go and make some money, it feels like I can own that. And I can, and by the way, it feels like a lot of it is in my control. I can decide if I want to make another sale today, I can pick up the phone 10 more times. But if I want a relationship, it feels like I can't just pick up the phone more times. I have to actually meet someone who wants the same things as I do, who's age appropriate, lifestyle appropriate, it likes me back. There's so many things contained in that. So of course everyone's, having a hard time. It is hard. It is hard. Finding love is not easy. It is hard. And that's okay. And the more we start to accept that it is hard, instead of expecting it to be easy or listening to people when they say, it's going to happen. It's like, no, it's hard. It is hard. How many of you can spend the rest of your life with one single friend in the same bed? Like, the reason you do better with friends is because you can swap them out when they piss you off. And you can put that one on timeout and hang with this one, and I'll come back to them in a week. I'm so sick of them. Like, you could do that, and we expect a lot less from our friends. But now you're choosing someone that apparently you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. What's easy about that? That is not easy. So for those of you that have struggled, welcome to a very large and very beautiful club of very wonderful people who have also found this not to be a simple part of their lives. And half the people you're comparing yourself to when you are single and you're like, that person found love, and that person found love, and that person found love, in 5 or 10 or 15 years, they won't even be in that relationship. Wow. So be very careful who you're comparing yourself to. I always think it's crazy when Bill Burr just made this joke, but I made this joke like 10 years ago. That when I am on like Drew Barrymore or something, and someone comes out and they're like, these people have been married for 25 years, and everyone's like, that's amazing. I deal with so many people who became happier and more at peace the day they left a 20-year marriage. The marriage was the bad part. And it's now that they had the courage to leave, that's the good part.
They feel free.
I'm as happy when someone walks up to me in the street and says, I left someone because of you, as I am with the person who says, I found someone because of you. Like, if you, by the way, not like someone could say, I found someone because of you, and I could say, amazing. I don't know where they'll be a year from now. Right. I don't know if that person they just decided was the love of their life that they met 4 weeks ago is going to turn out to be a complete malignant narcissist. Like, I don't know. So I'm happy for them, but I'm also like, we'll see.
Good luck.
But when someone comes to me and says, I watched your videos over a period of weeks or months, and they finally gave me the courage to leave, I know that person changed their life. I know that person changed their life. Because if they've been thinking about that for a long time, and it was making them miserable, and something was keeping them glued to a very unhappy situation, that wasn't an impulsive decision. That was something they thought long and hard about. It just took them a very, very long time to get to a place where they were able to follow through with it.
Yeah, just because you're in a long-term relationship doesn't mean you're living a rich life. Doesn't mean you have love in your life because you're in a relationship. And it also doesn't mean you have to stay, but it also doesn't mean you have to leave. It's like there still needs to be work either way. You could leave a relationship and feel free, but if you haven't done the healing journey and the work, you might attract someone similar and repeat the pattern and be just as painful until you start to heal, create boundaries, use your voice, speak up, make sure you're in alignment, have the courageous conversations, all these things that we don't like to do when it's easy and it's fun in the first month or two.
And you could meet the love of your life and then lose them 3 years later. That happens too. Someone gets an illness. And like that, you thought you found the thing you'd always been looking for, and then you lost that person. That happens too. So, anything can happen in life. And this idea of, am I ahead, am I behind? You're not behind. Life doesn't work like that. One of my heroes, a guy I loved, was Anthony Bourdain. Loved Anthony Bourdain. And I would watch Parts Unknown, and
yeah.
I loved that show. He made us want to travel. He made us want to eat new food. He infused life into the things he touched. And there's something about that story that always stays with me, because he was, I think at 43, he was broke, working in the back of a kitchen, struggling. He was in his 40s. My publisher at HarperCollins happened to be the person who gave him his advance for his first book, Kitchen Confidential.
Wow.
Karen Rinaldi. She was the one who gave him that advance to write Kitchen Confidential. In his 40s, that book exploded. And all of a sudden, he was this wanted person. And then he made shows. There was a show before Parts Unknown, No Reservations. He made No Reservations, and then made a ton of episodes of that. Then Parts Unknown sent him into a whole other world of fame and notoriety. And he inspired people because at 57, I think it was 57, or maybe, it was in his 50s, he took up jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And there was all these men who were like, oh my God, I've been giving myself all these excuses that it's too late for me to do a sport like that. It's too late for me to do something like that with my body. I'm not in good enough shape. This is an ex-addict who was not in good shape for half of the shows he ever shot, and suddenly took up jiu-jitsu. And so now he's not just an example of someone who in his 40s was broke. How many people tell themselves by 40, if I haven't made money by now, it's never going to happen for me. It's too late for me. He's in his 40s and makes a name for himself and makes money, and all of a sudden is in a different place. He's in his 50s and takes up Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a time when most people say it's too late to take up another sport, especially one as demanding as jiu-jitsu. And then he takes his life. What is ahead or behind? Was he at 43, I'm behind, if he measured his success in life like that. I'm famous and I'm rich now, I'm ahead. But then someone takes their life. How far ahead were they? That to me it's kind of become, I call them emotional buttons. It's become an emotional button for me for this idea of ahead and behind, and how much we obsess over that, and how much it makes us insecure.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe, and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.